Okay, so in the previous video, we talked about what are the different deployment steps, and we have seen a couple of deployment steps, which is before deployment and after deployment. The task type was manual. In this video, we are going to talk about how you can basically have an automated task. Automated task like let's say that you have a permission set and you would like to deploy that permission set to the higher environment. And after you have deployed that permission set, you would also like to assign the permission set automatically to the certain users, to the list of users which are available in the target environment. In our case, we have permission set created into the dev environment, and the name of permission set is account preference feature. It has got read access to the account object and then read access to most of the fields which are standard available. And what we want to do is we want to deploy this feature, we want to deploy this permission set to the UAT environment, as well as we also wanted to automatically assign this permission set to the UAT environment so that we don't really need to do the manual step for the post deployment step. Let's see how we are going to do that. Again, as usual, we are going to create a user story. Now user story is created. Let's commit the changes. And remember, we are going to commit the changes which is for permission set. This permission set is a brand new permission set. The field level access, the object level access which we have given at the permission set, these are already available into the higher environment. We don't need to really give the access to any of the fields which are not there. So brand new permission set, all the dependencies like fields and objects are already there into the higher environment. Then what we will have to do is we just need to basically select the permission set which we created, account preference feature, go to the selected tab and then click on the drop down next to the permission set, then select change operation. Make sure we need to retrieve full. Why we are retrieving full? Because this is a brand new permission set and we need to retrieve all the settings, all the features, all the accessibilities like object, class, VF pages, or any additional features that we have given. It should be available into the permission set. Otherwise, if we just go with the operation as an add, it is only going to get the basic level of the permission set. For example, the label, the API name, and that's it. So we need to make sure, depending on what kind of operation we are doing, we need to choose the operation here carefully. If you have skipped the permission set commit and deployment section, please watch that and it will give you the clarity. Once you are done, let's go ahead and commit the changes. Now because this is a brand new permission set, we don't really need to change the base branch and there is no need for that. Now our commit has started. We'll just wait for this commit to be started. In the meantime, we will open this user story in a new tab. So let's open the user story. Because we need to add the deployment task, we will navigate to the build tab for the user story, and for the deployment task, click on new. And for that, let's say we are going to put as 01 an order and we are going to say assign permission set to the required users. And for the type, we are going to select Apex. That would be the type. Then execution sequence is going to be after deployment, because we want to do it once the deployment has been completed, our permission set is available into the org, then we need to run the script. Because it is an Apex, we need to write the script over here. We can write the complete Apex class script. If you are a developer, then you will have to add that script. If you are a release manager and your developer says that you need to run the script, then you need to get a working script from the developer. Now for this example, we already have a script which we will be providing it to you. Now there are few things that you need to change. Because this is my Salesforce org, I am querying the user with the name Amit Singh. If you have multiple users, then you need to query all those users. And then we are querying the permission set based on the developer name. How you get the developer name of the permission set? You navigate to the permission set, click on edit properties, and API name is basically the developer name of the permission set. So if you have a different name, you need to change the developer name and you need to change the name of the user. And then basically it is checking if there is already the permission set is already assigned to the user. If it is already assigned, we are not going to assign it again. But if it is not assigned, then we are going to create a record of permission set assignment object. And then there are certain debugs which are going to help us to understand if the permission set is assigned or not. For example, let's copy this code, and if I click on execute, the debug log will be opened, debug only, and then you will see that it says already assigned for Amit Singh, and this is the username. No new assignment needed because it is already assigned to the user. Now once the script is working and the user has given the script, the developer has given the script, you just need to get back to your user story. Under the deployment step, you just need to paste that Apex script which is given by the developer. Now this script is going to run after the deployment is completed. Go ahead and save it. Now you have got the deployment step which is after deployment. The commit has already been completed. You can verify it. The commit is completed, and now time is to test if it is working fine or not. Let's refresh the user story to make sure that we get the latest commit. Now we can see a green information which says that okay, user story has got the latest commit. Go to the deliver tab, select promote and deploy checkbox, save it. Now this is again going to do the same thing, create the promotion record and start the work. If we get to the promotion record which has been created, the validation and everything has been completed. Now let's see what will happen for the deploy. Again, you will see that it is going to perform some encoding. Then there is going to be a deploy function which is going to get started. And after that, there is a task which is a top of Apex which is going to get started. And if there is any error, we will see the error in the task. If there is no error, then we will see that there is no error and the task has been completed. In the meantime, the deployment is processing. Let's log into the UAT org. Now we are logged into UAT org. Click on the user profile. Go to the settings because this is the only user which we wanted to assign the permission set to. Make sure that this is the username and that is what I have given there in the script. Go to the advanced user detail, permission set assignment, and click on go to list 14. We are getting this error. Maybe yes, it has navigated us. Now you will see currently there is no permission set which says that account feature permissions, whatever the permission set we have created. Let's wait for our promotion to be completed, and then we will again get back to our UAT org and we will see if the permission set has been assigned to the user or not. You can see here the task has started. Now the task has been successfully completed. Let's get back to the UAT. While we are under the user and we are checking the permission sets, let's refresh the page. And now you will see that the permission set is assigned which says account preference feature that was assigned on 25th March 2026. That means our script is working fine. Now if your script is not working, then you could basically go ahead and verify what exactly the reason could be. Like you have given the different name of the permission set, you have given the users which are not available into the org, and maybe there is some error into your script. If there is any error, your promotion record will itself let you know that there is any error while executing the task. Now this task was automatically completed because it was not a manual task, and that's how you are going to run the script. Now there could be other use cases, like you would like to create the records of certain object, you would like to delete the record of certain object, you would like to maybe execute certain process, you would like to schedule certain process, you would like to fire some platform events, and a lot many things you can do with the help of this deployment task. And this task for Apex could be done before deployment as well as after deployment.